Welcome to The Prenup, the Wedding Obsessed podcast designed to help you plan your dream day. I'm your host, Adriana, and each week I'm joined by the industry's top professionals, celebs, influencers, and friends who are sharing their best tips, advice, and mistakes they've made so you don't have to. The Prenup is a Love Stories TV podcast. This episode is brought to you by Brightco. From your engagement ring to your wedding day, protect your most cherished memories with Brightco. Visit bright.co/prenup for a fast, free quote today and unlock peace of mind knowing you're covered. We've gotten so many requests from you guys about planning a destination wedding episode, and we've certainly touched on it with certain brides who've come in and talked about their wedding planning journey, but you guys have made it clear that you want more. So when I was starting to figure out what I wanted to do with this episode, I could think of no one better than today's guest, Nina Orsimarsi. She is a 2025 bride, and you know her from TikTok planning her Lake Como wedding, but she's also giving invaluable insights into wedding destinations, international venues and vendors, pricing associated with them, and she's already done the heavy lifting in terms of the research and planning of a destination wedding, and today she's going to give us the tools and resources to do the same. I am so thrilled to welcome Nina to the podcast.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so happy you're here. So you and I go way back.
Yes, actually.
So Nina, for anyone who doesn't know, you have to follow her on TikTok. She's the best. But she is actually a family friend of mine. My cousin Juliana is, hi Jules, she's here today. But they are best friends. So they're also growing up, we're neighbors, and Nina and her family have been at my family parties like forever.
Okay.
I've known her since
a little extension of your family.
Yeah, basically she is family, and now she's a beautiful woman bride. I can't believe you're getting married. Crazy. So exciting.
I'm very excited.
We're around the corner. We're so close.
I know.
I
know, girl.
How you feeling, girl?
I'm getting stressed.
I know. Well, it's that crunch time. You're August, right?
Yeah. So yesterday was 6 months.
Whoa. So, okay, that is the time where it's like everything needs to get sorted. So I want to go through all of it with you today.
Okay.
First of all, because we've had so many questions about planning a destination wedding, and I feel like a lot of our listeners almost feel like it's inaccessible to the average bride, but your content is so great because you make it very clear that you can actually do this on your terms and like figure it out, and you've created resources for brides to help them figure it out. So I want to go back to the beginning first before we get into that. Did you know at the time you got engaged, like, I want to do a destination wedding for sure?
Yeah. So I've been with my fiance since we were 15. And I know, crazy.
So cute. So sweet.
So we took a family trip to Italy when I was like 17, 18. And we were in Ravello on the Amalfi Coast. And there was this giant, beautiful church overlooking the sea, Capri, everything. And there was a wedding going on. And I looked to my mom and my aunts and my sister, and I was like, I'm getting married in Italy. And I like texted my fiance, and he was like, okay. So that's been the plan for years.
That is so sweet. So you knew forever. Like, you just had this vision, and you knew Italy for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're both Italian too, so I'm like, it's a little special to us in that way.
Yes.
So.
But what I like about your content as well is once you figured out that you were doing a destination wedding and you started planning and stuff, you had such a knack for it, and it sounds like you really enjoyed it, that you've done so much research even into other destinations. So, you know, you have guides for Spain, Portugal, France. Yeah. So if you weren't doing Italy, where would it be?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I would probably switch up the vibe, and I might go like France.
Like
and
a
like a chateau, like not surrounded by water.
Yes.
And like France venues compared to Italy, I think are a little more accessible in the regards to like accommodation stays.
Okay.
Italy accommodation stays have gone up in pricing from when I first started researching.
Well, it's become so popular.
Very popular.
Yes.
So if that's what you want as a bride, you know, you want to have accommodation for your guests. but you have a certain budget, then definitely look to France, because that I have found is much more affordable.
Okay, for sure. And when you were looking for venues, what was most important to you?
Yeah, so a couple things. I wanted water,
Okay.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted all of the events to be held in one, like at one venue. You know, like I didn't want to have to worry about traveling, especially abroad.
That's very kind of you, because some people don't think that way, and it can be just such a cluster of trying to get people from one place to another.
Right. So with that being said, I wanted to make sure that the venue that I chose had different locations for the ceremony, the cocktail hour, reception, after party.
Okay. And are you sharing your venue?
No.
Okay. We'll find out soon enough. You'll have to wait a couple months.
It is on Lake Missouri, I will say.
Okay.
So
okay.
Close to Lake Como, but not quite.
Okay, so I had it effed up. Sorry, we're close to Lake Como. We're not in
because
Lake Como.
I'm being secretive.
No, listen, it's the buildup and it's the excitement, and the beautiful part is you're still providing so much information. It's not just like, oh, come along, follow my wedding planning journey with me, which I really like about your content, because you are so relatable as a 2025 bride to these fellow brides, but you can kind of put yourself in their position, because you're thinking like, well, if you're doing it here.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
There's many different options, many different ways you can take a destination wedding. Yeah. So I'm trying to cover it all and still be relatable. Like you said, like I'm not showing the crazy popular venues that are going to cost you €100 just to rent out the venue.
Yes. So do you have any venues off the top of your head, regardless of whether they're Italy, France, Spain, that you're like, oh, this is sick, like this is kind of underrated? What are the top ones?
So probably the ones that I wanted to go with but didn't. Mm-hmm. That's Villa Rosardi in Verona.
Okay.
And Villa Arvedi, also in Verona.
Okay.
Both super affordable. The gardens, though, are insane. Like, absolutely gorgeous. And it's so funny because Villa Arvedi actually, do you remember the movie Letters to Juliet?
Yes.
Featured in that movie.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I
know.
love that.
And you go to the Instagram, it's so funny because you go to these Instagrams and they're like, the good ones are all like family-owned venues.
Yes.
And their Instagram accounts are run by like these 50-year-old men who don't know how to use social media. And like, that's how you know you found a good one.
Well, that's the really hard part about planning a destination wedding, because there is a very different vibe internationally for weddings than we have here. Like everything's very fast-paced and wedding forward, and like there are social media managers dedicated to accounts for venues. But it's not really like that there. It's a lot more casual and lax, which I feel like is a little bit of the appeal, but it does make it harder to find.
Yeah, especially if you're type A, because I am not casual. I don't think like if you're from where we're from, everything's fast paced.
Yes.
We're not casual. We're very over the top. I need to know right now what the deal is. So response times, you got to get used to that.
Well, I've heard that is one of the biggest things that people struggle with in planning a destination wedding. The response times
it's crazy. My venue, actually, so I loved my venue. We toured other venues, whatever. Thought they were going to work out. Didn't. So I came back to the one that we ended up choosing.
Okay.
And the second time I reached out to her, I was like, hey, like, this is it. Like, we're going to book. Dead. Radio silence. I heard nothing. I heard nothing for like 3 weeks. I had my mom calling them. I had my dad emailing them. And like, once you get the dad on board, like, it's serious.
It's
like,
over.
He was ready to go.
Yep.
Like, he was ready to book the flight over to the venue. So finally, after like me emailing them like probably 12 times, she's like, oh, yeah, perfect. Sounds great. And I'm like, okay.
Now what? Yeah. So do you have any liaison? Are you working with a wedding planner, anything like that?
No.
You are so bold.
Yeah.
What was behind the decision to just say, like, let's do it ourselves?
So I reached out to a couple planners. Mm-hmm. Some of them amazing. Others, told me like what I wanted just wasn't doable within my budget and like things like that. And I was like, screw you. No. Yeah. Like, you're not going to tell me no.
Hell yes.
And also, it's such like a big chunk of the budget. I was like, I can allocate this money elsewhere.
Yes.
So we did go with one planner to help us kind of find a venue.
Okay.
And she sent us like 8 to 10 venues. And the ones she sent us were great, but I had already found them on my own. So I was like, wait a minute. I just paid you all of this money to find venues that I already knew about.
Right.
So I was like, okay, then I can do this.
And she's not touring them with you or anything.
No.
So that is interesting to me because I feel like the appeal of a wedding planner, especially if you're planning a destination wedding, is to be like someone to help you with a language barrier. Right. Really. Mm-hmm. So you need to figure out if you're planning on hiring a planner, what are they actually doing for you?
Exactly. And honestly, the language barrier hasn't been an issue for me. No, everyone speaks English.
I know.
And like
we're so lucky.
I know, like I feel a little ignorant.
I know.
It's really nice. Everyone speaks English. They're super accommodating. And I mean, planners are great.
Yeah.
The one thing like I will say that is stressing me out is like the flow of the day.
Okay.
Because I don't have a planner there. I'm the only one who knows everything.
Right.
And I don't want to have that responsibility the day of the wedding.
Yes.
So I'm thinking of doing a same-day coordinator.
I would highly recommend it. Yeah. You know, you're doing great. I don't need to tell you shit. But I would say you don't want to be that person on the day.
No.
And I will say, even having worked in the wedding industry forever, I did the same thing. I planned my wedding and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to figure it out. And my sister was like, are you nuts?
No.
Like,
yeah.
No. And she had someone come and do, and I'm so grateful. That was like one of her gifts to me, that she had a coordinator there. Yeah. And it really made such a big difference because you want to be able to just enjoy it and have someone else dictate.
And like, you're going to be a little stressed anyway. Like that extra added stress is like, that's a mountain of stress.
Totally.
So definitely probably going to do that.
Yeah. I would recommend it. So otherwise, other than, you know, the lagged response times, are there any other maybe differences in weddings or things that kind of surprised you about planning a destination wedding?
Yes. So Italy specifically, I found that like the way that they party is different. Okay. So, and in good and bad way. So they go much later. Some venues don't, but some like will let you go to like 4 or 5 a.m., which here it's like
you're done at midnight to 2.
Right. Yeah. Like that's your after party.
Yes.
So that was a big plus for me because that's what I want. Like I want a giant party the whole time.
Sure.
But here, like, you know, like after cocktail hour, you go to the dinner. But, like, there's still music being played. Like, people are getting up and dancing, like, between courses and stuff.
Yes.
There, it's very much like you're having a 2 to 3 hour sit-down dinner. And, like, it's just wine being served. No open bar until after the cake is cut. Interesting. That was not going to fly with me. No.
So how did you switch it up?
So, found a venue that had a reasonable time restriction. I think ours is going till 2, which is fine with me.
Yeah.
And I told our DJ that, well, first told our catering, like, open bar from start to finish. Like,
sure.
No question. Like, that's what's happening.
It's a must.
Yeah. And then I told our music guy, like, I'm going to need the DJ set up in 2 different areas.
Yes.
And he loved it. He was like, oh, you're gonna dance? Like, we're gonna put a dance floor in here? And I'm like, hell yeah, we are. Like, yeah, this is how we're doing it.
Amazing.
And then we're moving things inside after cake cutting.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
love it. Okay, that is something that I feel like people need to hear, because especially if you're going to go the route of not having a planner, you might expect something a little different. Like, we're from Jersey. It's big parties, big cocktail hours. So that's something that I have been told a lot, that the cocktail is a lot smaller of a scale.
Right. Yeah.
And it depends on what you like. Like, I don't really have a problem with that as long as there's enough food to go around.
100%. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
So I think we're very spoiled.
Yes.
And like, I have been to like a ton of my girlfriends just got married, my sister included, at the Chess Cafe venues.
Yes.
And they're cocktail
Philadelphia
hour.
Based for anyone listening.
Yes. And their cocktail hour is phenomenal.
It is.
Like, choices for days.
For sure.
So that's what I'm used to, and that's what I want. So and the catering companies, very accommodating. Like they'll give you their set like base of what they usually offer.
Yes.
And then you can add stations and like different things. So the choices are there if you want them. If not, then that's fine.
Well, I know for sure that food is important to you.
Yes.
Well, Nina and I recently were on an influencer trip together. We were in Mexico. We were in Cabo, and one of the nights there was like some wacky food, and only your sister, you, and I ate this thing because everyone else kind of like skeeved, and we were like feeling great, feeling good. My husband like sick for days, and Nina's like, he's like, did anyone else eat this? And Nina's like, yeah, I ate it all.
All of it.
He's like, you didn't get sick? And you're like, I have a steel stomach. I'm like, I was like, she can friggin'
put it down.
This girl can eat. Like, you would never know by looking at you. You're friggin' this big, but like you can. I watched her. Like
clear plates.
She clears a plate like nobody's business. And God bless, you know. Are you going to prioritize eating on the wedding day?
Obviously.
Well, that's a thing. Like, people really, they're so busy. That's another reason, Nina, you need a coordinator.
I know.
So you can
actually
eat.
Thinking about this. Yeah, I need to eat.
You must eat. It's very, and you're gonna be in Italy. It's gonna be the best food. It's gonna be so fabulous.
Yeah, I can't miss it.
So we visited the Grand Velas resorts in Cabo.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh,
insane.
So stunning. So a lot of what your focus is on European venues in terms of destination, but I mean, Cabo is a contender for sure for anyone considering.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I felt like I was in Europe, actually.
Yes.
It didn't feel like that typical Mexico trip.
No, it didn't. And, well, I can say that, but that was my first time in Mexico, so I actually don't know what a typical Mexico trip is. But
I mean, they're still amazing.
From what I can envision, like, I have been to all-inclusives before, and they were not like where we were at the Grand Velas resorts. Like, this food there was Michelin star restaurants.
Insane. Like, actually some of the best food I've ever had.
Oh, totally. Totally. Oh my gosh, that one dinner, I remember Jake wasn't there and I called the chef hot.
Yeah. And he was standing like 10 feet away.
Well, you know, I'm like, what harm am I? Like, or whatever. I'm an old married lady. Like, he's an attractive young man, you know? But the food was really good.
Yeah, absolutely cleared plates for that man.
Compliments to the chef on every level.
Yeah.
You know? Sorry, Jake. I got in trouble. I only have eyes for you, sweetheart. Okay, so for your wedding, I know that fashion is a very big deal to you. You share not only venues, vendors, things of that nature, but a lot of attire.
Yes.
What's dress code looking like?
So I don't even know what to call it.
Okay.
Because I want to say like black tie, but the men don't have to wear tuxes. Like,
okay.
I'm cool with like, as long as the pants match the jacket.
Yes.
And I'm pretty steady on that across the board for any attire.
Yeah.
I think like you should match top and bottom. Have fun with colors. I don't care.
Okay.
Girls, floor length. It doesn't have to be a gown, but like I want people to have fun with it. Like, and I know like I don't want that to stress people out either, because like to me, if someone gave me that rule, like that I'm having a field day.
Totally.
Some people don't feel that way. So like wear what you'll feel comfortable in, but like I want it to be long.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
So
but like
I feel like
also go
black
crazy.
tie optional is a good option, and like I feel like saying black tie optional, I believe it or not, I got in a lot of trouble on social media for like literally just saying what black tie optional was.
I can't.
People are so insane. It's not even funny, but that's a tale for another time. However, I feel like that is a much more broad sense of like, hey, be formal, but like you don't have to wear dark colors. You don't have to wear a tux.
I don't want like no black.
Yeah.
Like dark purple, maroon. Like let's not.
Are you going to include any kind of like palette options?
Yes.
Okay.
So actually I met with my invite girl a couple days ago, and I'm including a little attire thing. I forget what it says exactly, but it's like have fun with it, like glamorous, like pizzazz, like wear the feathers, wear the different textures, like go crazy.
Yes.
If you want. but definitely something colorful. If not.
Yes.
Yeah.
And especially there, it's along the water. Like,
Right.
you want those bright colors.
Yes.
Having those photos.
I'm so excited.
Speaking of photos, I want to talk about the vendor search, especially because you're not doing a wedding planner. How did you go about selecting your wedding vendors?
So Instagram was my best friend.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, like you search up these venues and it may not look great because it's run by an old dad.
Sure.
Go to the tagged photos, and almost all of these vendors, if anyone's ever had a wedding there, it's tagged. Like that venue's tagged, and if you go to the caption, all of the venue or vendors are also tagged. So when we picked our venue, I went to the tagged photos, and I just kind of scrolled through like every single post there ever was.
Yeah.
And I went through every vendor, and I also asked the owner of the venue as well. I was like, who do you recommend? Who do you trust? Like that was a big thing for me.
Yes.
But yeah, Instagram, that was my best friend.
What was the hardest vendor to choose?
I would say music.
Really?
Yes.
Well, it's hard because, I mean, you're not going to like a showcase probably of the DJ. So was it based on basically like recommendations, reviews?
So honestly, price.
Okay.
So I wanted a DJ because I have a very specific playlist. And bands can't play everything.
Sure, of course.
And so I'm okay. Like, you know, people say bands are nicer, better, whatever. I don't care. Yeah. I want my music played.
Absolutely.
And
I hear this argument all the time, and I totally get it.
My sister had a band, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Not my vibe.
Totally. Yes, you have to do what works well for you. I also feel like DJ is more of a party vibe, in my opinion.
Which is what I'm going for.
Yes.
So I was shocked, though, at how expensive some of these DJs were.
What are they running?
I got quoted for one DJ, which included a saxophone player for cocktail hour and I think a violinist for a ceremony. $17,000.
I'm sorry.
Sick.
Jeffrey Bezos over here.
Literally.
Like, what in the hell?
Yeah. So absolutely not paying that. Like, I'm not that delusional.
17,000.
Yeah.
That's like a good band.
And like, we're talking euro. So add like a couple more thousand.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Insane.
Holy hell. I did not realize it was that expensive.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are, in addition to being a TikTok guru, a wedding girly that we all just love to follow, you were also an aesthetic nurse practitioner, miss. And I ask you for many things to heal my face and life. I recently told you I was going to laser my face off, which I am. But being that you are so heavily in the aesthetic field, was it hard for you to find hair and makeup people? Did you have a higher bar?
So honestly, no.
Okay.
I feel like, same kind of thing. Big difference over there compared to Jersey, Philly, New York.
Sure.
Big, like we do the big hair. Lots of makeup.
Yep.
Okay. When I got my makeup done for the first time for my sister's wedding, my phone did not recognize my face.
I'm sorry.
Literally.
That's amazing.
Couldn't unlock my phone. So that was crazy.
Obsessed. That's so funny.
Over there, everyone is more natural.
Yes.
And I wanted like a good in between.
Yeah.
So it was actually a little difficult to kind of find someone that could do that makeup but tone it down a little bit.
Yes.
So again, I stalked the Instagram. I found a bride whose makeup I loved. Stalked her story highlights. She was private, but she had her story highlights up. Stalked her story highlights.
Oh my God, you sneaky little duck. I love this.
No, it gets worse because literally.
But wait, there's more.
So she had tagged the makeup, or I don't know if she actually even tagged the makeup artist. So I DM'd her and I said, hey, like looking at your stories, I'm getting married at this venue. I absolutely love your hair and makeup. You looked beautiful. Do you mind sharing who did it? And she did. And then I went to show my sister her stories and that was gone. It was private. So it was probably like this weirdo.
Oh my
stalking
God.
My face.
No, that's so funny. I love it so much. Okay, so that's really your resource. Like Instagram was the thing to find your vendors.
Actually, yeah.
And then, okay, you find your hair or your makeup. What about hair?
She's doing it.
She's doing both.
So, yes. I'm trying to keep it simple because I can't go there for a trial. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to go there for a trial.
Sure.
So, I think for the wedding day, like simple, slick back bun, keep it classy.
Love.
Easy. Can't mess it up.
Can't mess it up.
No. And then she's going to do my welcome party hair and makeup. So that's the day before. That's like a mini trial.
Yes. And then if there's anything that needs to be tweaked, it's like, for tomorrow, let's shush it up, tone it down, a little bit. Let's talk about protecting life's most meaningful moments. Whether it's your engagement ring or your wedding day, Brightco has you covered with fast, easy, and affordable insurance. Brightco is the modern insurance provider for your modern milestones. For jewelry, they offer worldwide coverage, no deductibles, full protection for loss, theft, or even mysterious disappearance, all starting at just $5 a month. Plus, claims are handled quickly with 125% replacement value through your trusted jeweler. Planning your wedding? Brightco offers liability and cancellation coverage tailored to your big day. With flexible prices to match your wedding budget, from meeting venue liability requirements to vendor issues to natural disasters, they've got your back with a simple online process. Visit bright.co/prenup for a fast, free quote today and unlock peace of mind knowing you're covered. Trust Brightco for your insurance needs. So, I already know the answer to this, but I am going to ask you anyway. Are you having a bridal party?
I am having a bridal party.
Okay, so there's a lot of discourse online about bridal parties. Like, should we have them? Should we not have them? What's your take?
Do what you want.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
So doing destination, like that was a big ask. I know that.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got engaged, I think like that night I told my friends, I was like, listen, like, I might not do a bridal party. Like, it's a very big ask. And I'm the first of, like, my core friend group to get married. And they were like, I would be really sad, like, if we weren't invited. Or not invited. Not in the wedding, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah, and then that kind of makes the decision easier.
Yeah, exactly.
So what did you do for your bridesmaids' proposal?
This is my favorite thing ever. Yeah. And I hope they loved it as much as I did. So instead of doing like the little gifts like that said bridesmaid and whatever, cute, love that. Didn't want to do that though for me.
Yes.
And I think my friends, like, they're also all Italian and they love to do what we did. So I knew that they would appreciate it. I surprised them with a pasta making class.
Oh, adorable. Oh my God.
So they had no idea what we were doing. I was just like, hold this date. Come to my house. I wasn't there. My mom wasn't there. I had champagne waiting for them. I was like, your Uber's picking you up.
Oh my God, this is so cute.
I know. And I was like, don't freak out. Like, he will be driving you into the city. And then they showed up.
You know what I love about that so much? It's like, first of all, the munch. Like, let's just eat forever. Yeah. But aside from that, a lot of times we'll get these bridesmaids gifts, which like I have so many pajamas, t-shirts, robes that say bridesmaid on it. And I'm like, respectfully, I will never wear this.
Really?
I'm like, there's nothing I can do with it. No. I always appreciate something like monogrammed if it has my name. Like, I think that's nice. Yeah. But what goes so much further is creating that experience with your girls. And
so fun.
It's so fun and it's memorable. And like, how many little trinkets and things do we need? Like, let's just go do something really cute and fun. And I love it.
That was the best. Yeah.
What are your bridesmaids wearing?
So it's going to be pink. And I have 2 dresses, which I don't know. I didn't want everyone in the same dress. I knew that. And I saw, I don't know what her name is, but I think she's one of the designers for, what's like that floral brand? It's like the dress, Love Shack Fancy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I think she's
so much trouble at Love Shack Fancy.
That. Yeah, I just stay away. Anyway, she had all over my Pinterest designed these custom pink dresses, all different. Didn't know they were custom at the time.
Sure.
So that decision was already made up in my mind. I'm like stalking, like where are these dresses from, whatever. Found out they were custom. I was like, shit, can't do that. And that honestly was the hardest thing, picking bridesmaid dresses.
So we did move on from vendors, but I did want to ask you before I forget, What are some other vendors that you're seeing, like either in Italy or in your research, that you wish we had a little bit more of here, like some fun stuff?
So one I really love is, they're called, and there's a couple other vendors, I just don't know the names off the top of my head.
Yeah.
The one is Brinda Pino. So they have like these little carts or like pizza ovens, and they'll come to you, and it is so cute. Like, I'm actually so sad that my welcome party's on like a rooftop, so I don't think I can transport a car up there. But they do
so
like pizza oven, like an Aperol spritz cart, gelato carts, and it's so cute. Like the designs are so cute. And they're pretty affordable and, like, perfect for a welcome party.
Yes.
Because a welcome party is another wedding.
It is. Well, let's talk about that, too. Like, another thing that people forget about hosting a destination wedding is you can't just have ceremony and reception.
No.
You're having friends and family fly across the world.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to kind of host a couple events for them. And it's a big deal.
Yes,
Are you including everyone for welcome? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it is. It's like another little wedding.
It is. So, like, no decor. We're not doing florals. I could hire people for music, but I haven't even thought about that yet.
Well, one of the benefits of doing it where you are is, God, the backdrop just serves as the decor. Like, you really don't need much.
Exactly.
So in terms of spending money on things, you're pretty open about it, which I am so appreciative of, because I hate when people are like, I'm like, I'm not going to talk about what we're spending.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been pretty open about what you're going to splurge on and what you're going to save on.
Yes.
So what's been a splurge and what's been a like, we're just not spending money on that?
So florals is probably my number one, like, saving.
Okay.
So, I wanted the white carpet with the white florals lining up the whole aisle, literally towering over me, behind me. It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's literally not. Just for that was like $15K.
I'm sure.
Not happening.
Sure.
So I love our florist too. She's so nice, her and her husband, so accommodating, like so understanding. So she's like, okay, we'll do every other aisle, then the repurposing. I love a candle look though.
Me too.
And you know what else
So
I want to do?
What?
Signature scent.
A signature scent is so underrated.
I love that.
It just creates an entire vibe. It's
Yes.
so, our memory is so connected to scent,
Mm-hmm.
and you just don't realize how it transports you, and
Yes.
like it could really make an event.
No, literally. That's like all this week. That's all I've been able to think about.
Oh my gosh. So one of my girlfriends, Danielle Elder, she's an event planner here in New York City. She works really closely with this woman who does these scent dispensers, and they're basically diffusers, but oh my God.
I need it.
But she'll put them in bouquets and stuff. So it's like, it's a very,
Oh.
yes. So I'm sure there's something similar over there.
Yeah.
We need to find that for sure.
Yeah. So definitely saving on the florals, incorporating more candles, and then maybe splurge a little on a scent.
Okay. I love. So veering a little bit away from the wedding itself and in preparation for the wedding, we mentioned you're an aesthetic nurse practitioner, and you do it all, like all of the treatments. What are you doing for yourself ahead of the wedding?
Everything.
Say more.
Everything. I mean, obviously not everyone has to get all these treatments done.
Sure.
And some of these treatments just aren't the right fit for some people.
Absolutely. What's working for you?
So Botox, for sure.
It's
like
God's gift to the world.
It really is.
Thank you, Jesus Christ, for
is.
Botox.
And
Except I haven't had it since May, and woo, the movement.
yeah,
Woo.
I'm due. I'm breaking out from it too, so I'm very due.
Yes.
Up here I do it. I do my master's. I have terrible TMJ. People can say it can cause jowls. I don't know.
I don't think it's a risk for you. To be
I
honest.
don't care either.
Yeah.
Let it happen, because this is why we have other lasers that I can do to treat
Totally.
the jowls.
It can always be fixed.
Exactly. So Botox, number one. Another thing that I haven't done yet, which I'm very excited for, it's my favorite treatment ever, is called a smooth glow. Actually, one of our providers developed it for like the world. And it's a IPL treatment.
Okay.
It's going to target like your pigmentation. So
This is a laser, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's like an intense pulse light. It's like a very bright flash.
Okay.
And it sends a heat signal down to your pigment, whether that's your browns, your reds, like whatever.
Yeah.
And helps vanish that. And then right after, we follow it with an radiofrequency microneedling treatment.
Ooh.
So that's going to help build back the collagen, tighten everything. And the two energies work amazing together. So the results are just chef's kiss.
Oh my God. Oh, it sounds like heaven.
No, I'm so excited for that.
Ah.
So definitely recommend that to anyone.
Okay.
I do.
And that works for like all skin tones, skin types.
So I would say we use like it's called a Fitzpatrick scale. So like 1 through 6. Your 4s are like your Asian descents.
Okay.
IPL is a little risky with that, but we have other lasers that we can use.
Okay.
Instead.
Amazing.
Yeah. So amazing. So radiofrequency microneedling can be switched out for what's called a Resurfix laser. That's perfect for any skin type. Does the same thing. Tightens, great for scars, like acne scarring and things like that. It's really amazing.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot about, I think it's called, correct me if I'm wrong, is it PRP or PRF? It's like putting the blood back under the eye.
Yes.
What is this called?
So I think you're right. We don't do it.
Okay.
There's a reason. It's great treatment. People get amazing results with it.
Yes.
But not everyone does.
Okay.
So what I was told when I was training is that when you take out the blood from your body, you don't know how many growth factors are actually in it. So you have to test it. Nobody has time to test it or the materials to test it.
Right.
So some people get amazing results. Some people see okay results with it.
It can vary depending on your blood because it's coming from you.
Exactly.
Okay, that's really interesting. Whereas like a filler, a tox, like that works every time. There's another thing, not
Sculptra.
Is it?
That's kind of like filler, I think.
Is it? So yeah, that's filler Sculptra?
I don't honestly. We don't use it.
Okay.
I think it is like a lighter filler.
So for anyone who is like maybe on their bridal skincare journey ahead of their wedding, when are we starting? What are we like? I know it's so different depending on who you are, but generally, what do we recommend?
So come in ASAP if you know you want to get things done.
Yes.
Botox, start it. See what you like.
Early and often.
Exactly. Like, see how much movement you like, or maybe you don't want any movement. Like, just come in, like, see what works for you.
Yes.
Hydrofacials, get it done. Get dermaplaning as well, because your makeup, I got dermaplaning yesterday, actually, and my cheeks are probably so red.
No, your skin looks flawless.
Thank you. But I feel like when I applied my blush, I would need to like do it so much. As soon as you get dermaplaning, like I don't need that much. Like, and it just goes on so much smoother. Like my hair sticks to my face. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's amazing.
Oh,
so
okay.
Go see a medical esthetician immediately.
Yes.
And also like I work at the Garden Med Spa. Ours are actually like so knowledgeable. I'm constantly asking them questions. Like, I have a breakout. What is this? Like, what do I need to do? Like, get on medical grade skincare. Acne boot camp, they'll get you right on it. Like,
totally.
It's amazing.
Well, I'll hear an argument of like, oh, why would I go like pay someone to wash my face when I can do it myself? Well, first of all, no. It's way beyond that. But it's also having a professional tell you what's wrong instead of guessing and spending like thousands of dollars on products that aren't going to actually help you.
No. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Medical grade. Just get on medical grade. And medical grade doesn't mean more expensive.
No.
At all.
Oh my gosh. Like creme de la mer.
I've heard amazing.
I'll give you my firstmarborn child. Really? Yeah. It's not medical grade. And like it's so expensive. So yeah, I think there's definitely, I mean, marketing is to blame because we get like the cute packaging with the other stuff. In medical grade, it's like, here it is.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not always pretty.
No.
But it works.
But it's going to give you the results, baby. And that's what we want. All right, Nina. So every episode, we do something called premarital counseling. and one of our listeners will write in a question. Sometimes they need some advice. Sometimes it's related to in-laws. Usually it is, but today's is not. But we always keep things anonymous, so if anyone wants to write in, they can email Adriana at the-pre-nup.com or podcasts@lovestoriestv.com. Again, always anonymous. Write us in. If you have follow-ups, we want to hear them as well. But Nina, please help us today with this. This one's a doozy.
Oh, God.
Okay. All right. I'm going to read it. So, she signed it an overwhelmed bride. So that's just what we're going to call her. An overwhelmed bride.
It might be me. I
mean, who among us, like, what bride isn't overwhelmed? And that's not to negate from the situation, but you're not alone is all I'm saying. She says, "Hi, Adriana. Been listening to the prenup for months and I am obsessed." Oh, thank you so much. I am having an issue that's giving me major anxiety and I'm hoping you can help. I'm in a Facebook group for my wedding venue, and it's starting to get a ton of negative interaction about the things the venue is doing wrong. Things that were missed on the day, things that weren't included, that were included on the contract but haven't been fulfilled at the wedding, bad service, etc. I'm so upset, but our wedding is scheduled for this fall. We've already made so many deposits and planned around it. I feel like it's too late to change venues. I don't know what to do here, but I'm freaking out. Please help. Sincerely, an overwhelmed bride.
Yikes.
Ugh. Okay, so I first want to hear from your perspective. Like, let's say this was you. You're a bride coming up. Let's say your venue, like, you just start to see all this negative backlash. Yeah. What would be your first thought?
Kill me. Like, actually, it would send me.
Actually, just send me. No, I totally hear that. It's so stressful.
No, that would freak me out.
And as if you're not dealing with enough. Right. This poor friggin' girl.
No. I'm a control freak. Yes. So if I'm hearing things and it sounds like things that I won't be able to control the day, like on the day of,
yes,
I'm going to freak out.
Yeah.
So my advice to her would be to leave that Facebook group and cancel out the noise.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, first of all, because, like, first of all, have yourself a good old-fashioned, like, freak out.
Mm-hmm. And an old-fashioned.
Yeah, and an old-fashioned, yes. Sit down with an old-fashioned and let yourself be like, ah! But I would say, like, in this instance, I think that's such good advice. Like, retract from the Facebook group. You already know there's some issues going on. So you don't need to see more.
Right.
That's step one. Step two, I'm sure your venue is hearing a lot of this now. So if there are a ton of people in the group, you're not going to be the first one to call them and be like, what the hell is going on? But I think that is the next step.
Yeah. 100%.
Contact your person at the venue and just say very calmly, like, this isn't their fault. So just remember that. Right. Try to stay calm. They're probably getting so much hate. Just say, like, listen, I am so concerned. Let's have a meeting. Like, these are my concerns. Write them down. If it's bad service, like, yes, to your point, Nina, like, when you want to be in control and you find out that there's something that isn't in your control, it's so scary.
Yeah.
But how can we get it back in your control? So if it's a service thing, sit down with them. How many servers per guests are going to be? Can we add on to that?
Right.
If you haven't already done a tasting, can we have a tasting if it's like a food issue? I would say definitely, if you have not already hired a day of coordinators separate from the venue, like, this will be invaluable to you, because
1,000%
dealing with your vendors, things like that, especially on the day of, like, just having that liaison, an extra set of hands for little things like stupid decor pieces. Like, so you can get it back in your control. I don't think that you need to switch venues.
No, that is probably the worst thing.
Yes, that would be.
That's crazy.
Don't even put it on the table. Like, you've already paid your deposits. I think at this point, hopefully, you fell in love with your venue for a reason. You're getting married there. Hopefully they will be transparent with you as to what's going on. Maybe there was a turn of hands. Maybe a bunch of people left or were fired or quit. Something happened that has changed. And your wedding is this fall, so there's enough time for it to change back.
Right.
But the concerns need to be voiced. You need to
1,000%.
Yeah.
It would be hearing from me immediately.
Totally.
Immediately.
Totally. A meeting is for sure warranted. You've paid thousands of dollars. You're going to be paying thousands more. But with specific things, I mean, reach back out to me. Like if you have specific concerns, I'll write something up for you.
Yeah.
Like I am truly here to help on this one because this is a scary one.
That is.
When so much money is on the line and you're envisioning this perfect day and you're hearing like there's a possibility that it's not. It is really scary, but I would say, those 3 things. Leave the Facebook group.
Leave it. Even if it's for like 2 hours, get out.
Follow Nina's advice. Yeah. That's step 1. Call them, schedule that meeting, and figure out exactly what your issues are and think about some solutions. No, you shouldn't be doing the venue's job. Like they should have these things 1,000%. In place. But you also need to collaborate with them on how to have a great day. So maybe think of some solutions from your end. Maybe that means dishing out a little bit more money for service, things of that nature, and hiring 100%. A coordinator. That would be best advice. Do we have anything else to offer this fabulous person?
No, I think I would start there and then see where that takes her.
Yes, for sure. And right back in. We want to hear from you. So, sending you all the love and well wishes on this. I have great faith that this is going to get rectified. Yeah, I do. For sure. I do.
They have to do it. Like, if they want to keep having one venue. What are we talking about here?
Yes.
Jesus.
If they want to continue being in business, they gotta get it figured out. And that's a tough one, but it's gonna work out. I promise you. Will. All right, Nina. And the last thing we have today is our after party. So these are just like some fun wedding questions, and I'm excited to ask you them because you are a bride-to-be, and it's very relevant to the time. So question number 1, the last time we talked, you hadn't had a honeymoon officially planned yet. I think Spain might have been on the table. Where do we stand now? Because question number 1 is, what is your honeymoon hotspot?
So Spain is still on the table.
Okay.
Nothing is planned.
Okay.
But you know why nothing's planned? Because I don't want to give up Italy. Like, I love it so much.
Yes.
But I've only been, like, anytime I've gone to Europe, it's just been Italy.
Yeah.
So I think I need to branch out a little bit.
Yeah. You know what? You can always go back to Italy.
Oh, you can always go back.
I know. I'm the same way, though. Like, my husband wanted to go, I forgot. I don't even remember what he said because I was like, I really just want to go to Italy.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So in May, I was like, there's so many places in Italy that I also haven't explored.
Right,
and like, that's what I want to do. So I do hear you on that. But like, I think you'll be a Spain girly too.
I think so. I've heard amazing things.
Yes.
So I think we're going to do like Barcelona, Mallorca, which is crazy popular, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Things are popular for a reason, so it's fine.
Girl, thank you for saying that. Like, you don't always have to be like underground, undercover.
No.
Like, if it were that great, people would be talking about it. Okay, question number 2. What song will get you on the dance floor at a wedding?
Honestly, I'm going to give 2 answers. Anything like old, like I love like Frankie Valli, like anything like that.
My girl.
Love it.
Love.
I'm there immediately. And then weird take, I love like, actually not weird. I blame my siblings because they're older and all of their friends are older. They grew up around like that pop punk alternative, like Blink-182, all of that music.
Of course.
It's been played at every single wedding I've been to in my adulthood life, and I've had the best time.
Love.
So anything like that.
Yeah.
Like for after party.
Like a punk rock anthem to get you shaking the head.
So weird.
No, I love it. I love it. A little Fall Out Boy, perhaps.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm there.
Okay, what hors d'oeuvre will you never pass up at a wedding?
So we were actually talking about this on the way here.
Were you?
So it was like, there's so many. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm eating. But I think we all kind of settled on like a cheesesteak egg roll. I love that.
A cheesesteak egg roll.
I love it.
It gives you the satisfaction of everything. We've got the meat, we've got the cheese, we've got the carb. It's like,
it's the best.
It's fried, it's gorgeous.
Anything. It's my favorite things.
Yeah. They're pretty damn fabulous. And I love with like a sriracha ketchup.
Yeah, amazing.
Very good.
Cheese dip.
Wait,
even though it has cheese in it. Give me all the cheese.
Give us more. Come on. You can never have enough.
Duh.
Okay, what is your signature cocktail or mocktail?
espresso martini.
Gorgeous.
Not even going to try and be cool.
You
That's
can't
what
go wrong.
It is what it is.
It gives you life.
It does.
It does. If you could invite any living dream guest to your wedding, who would you invite?
Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey.
But like she has a job and
she'll be performing.
She will be performing.
Yeah, she's not a guest. She's a vendor.
Yeah, for an hour she's a vendor, and then she can have fun. So I'm delusional. My mother also may be a little bit delusional. She
obsessed.
Speaking of Italians, she emailed Andrea Bocelli. I don't know how she found this email.
You're lying.
No, literally emailed. She was like, well, maybe Andrea Bocelli was too much, so we'll inquire about his son.
I
see.
Done.
What is that cost going to be?
Oh my God, Nina, if that performance happens,
Well,
I will die.
not, but maybe.
You're gonna meet Kim Kardashian, who's my favorite male singer, Andrea Bocelli.
She might remake that video about me. I don't know.
There's a duet that they do together. It's so beautiful.
It is amazing. Like, he's amazing.
So talented.
He's also out of budget, so it's not happening.
Miracles happen. You really never know. It's possible. I love it. What?
No.
Shoot your shot.
No.
Why
Okay.
not?
Actually, so glad you said that, because the best advice I ever got is from your aunt, Joanna's mom.
Hi, Jackie.
And that is the worst anyone can tell you is no.
Totally.
So
Totally.
like,
Yeah.
why not?
Okay. Yeah. And then you
Do
move
you
on.
know how many brands I've reached out to? Okay, and then I'm on a trip to Cabo with you a month ago.
Literally, like, yes.
Pull that out of my ass.
The worst they can say is no. It's sage advice,
Yeah.
honestly. It's
best.
so try. Yeah. Okay. You want Andrea Bocelli at your wedding? Maybe it's out of budget. Maybe he's like, you know what? I like this girl. I'm gonna perform. She's got
so
spunk.
funny.
Okay. And then what is one practical piece of advice that you could give to any couple planning their wedding?
So, similar to the advice I gave this bride, it's to cancel out the noise.
Oh, it's so good.
This is your wedding and your fiance's wedding. Be selfish. Don't listen to anyone else.
I really like the canceling out the noise thing, because there is, like, while it's so amazing to have the internet and accounts like yours where people are like giving us so much good stuff,
Yeah.
there's also a lot of scary stuff out there.
Mhm.
And anything that you don't like, just like,
Away.
oh, goodbye,
Bye.
lick it away, farewell, not listening.
Mm-mm.
Enjoy it, because God willing, you're only going to get one. And
Right.
like, okay, you could have a lot of fun with it, or you could stress. It's your choice.
Exactly.
But you're going to have a lot better of an experience if you
Have fun with it.
have fun with it.
Yeah.
With it.
100%.
Nina, you are just my favorite. You're such an angel. Tell everyone where they can find and follow you and your resources and all the good things.
So, Instagram I use sometimes, excuse me, Nina Orsi, Ninaorsi, and then my TikTok, which is where I'm a little more active, is Nina Orsimarsi, Ninaorsimarsi.
We'll leave it in the notes.
And then if you are interested in a destination wedding, I have, right now I think it's 3 brochures linked on my Etsy. It's 2 Italy ones, 1 France one, and then I'm working on Spain. I've been slacking. But
you're a busy girl.
I
Slacking, I wouldn't say is the word, but yeah, they're super helpful. They have so many. Again, it just like gives you the accessibility.
like I literally did all the work for you.
Yes, it's all done. It's all there. Like, you don't have to do the research, and it's a lot
Mhm.
of research.
It's a lot.
So Nina, thank you so much, my love, for being
Thank you
here.
for having me. This is so fun.
So fun. Thanks for tuning into The Prenup. This episode is brought to you by Brightco. From your engagement ring to your wedding day, protect your most cherished memories with Brightco. Visit bright.co/prenup for a fast, free quote today and unlock peace of mind knowing you're covered. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform or on the Love Stories TV YouTube channel. Follow at @the_pre_nup and at Love Stories TV on Instagram for more. Have feedback or suggestions for the next episode? Feel free to reach out to us at podcasts@lovestoriestv.com.